What is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another Optc video, and in today's video, we're over here on the global side of the game, taking on the new arenas that actually just have released about an hour ago. So, in today's video, we will be taking on X-Drake. Now, because of the scheduling issues on global, we are getting both Bonkichi Brook and X-Drake. So, for the next month, we will be getting like double content. Pyro Rumble, we're getting double. Treasure Map, we're getting double. Arena, we're getting double. Look, I'm not a fan of it, but it is what it is. There is going to be two difficulties, 8-star and 11-star. Obviously, you can pick up some copies of Drake and Bonkichi from the 5-star, but ideally, you want to be farming the 11-star to make sure you get their limit break materials. There are Chopper Man missions, obviously, as well, like normal, and there are some boosted units. Now, for X-Drake, the units that were boosted are Kazuki Oden, Roger, and that whole batch. So those units work very, very well. But also, like, Buggy and Shanks is also boosted because they were the free-to-play units. And against Bonkichi, we have some other boosted units. But we'll talk about those once we get there. So, in today's video, I do have 3 of my own teams for you guys, as well as utilizing one of my boy Knight's teams. We will be respecting the legacy of Knight moving forward on the global channel, moving up all the way up to where he left off, and utilizing one of his teams in all of the global videos. So, with that said, let's dive in. Alright, so moving on to the first team of the video, we are utilizing my boy Double Shanks Crew. So this is the team, these are the supports, let's dive in. So on stage 3, we come up against Hawkins, and Hawkins is going to give us a full board of unfavorable slots, as well as T&D orbs. But the beautiful thing is, Sobermask is going to make those T&D orbs favorable. So what we can do on this particular stage, we're going to switch with our Shanks Crew. Ideally, you want to switch into Shanks on this particular stage, not Crew, so then you don't have to switch back later. But look, it is what it is, and we're going to push forward. So on this particular stage, we can just utilize our switch abilities and then just absolutely melt our boy Hawkins here. Because we have 2 strength units, we do have a little bit of color affinity, and as you can see, we can easily take them out. Moving on to the next stage against X-Drake, he's going to put up 5 turns of defense up and damage reduction. He is also going to give us a full board of block orbs and make type slots unfavorable for 15 turns. So this is where utilizing Sobermask is very, very strong. Sobermask can not only rotate our block orbs into T&D, which he makes favorable, he can actually get his special back as we use other characters' specials. So then we're going to use the Vivi Rebecca special. Vivi Rebecca is going to remove the defensive effects. And then we can use both of our Shanks Crew specials. The reason we're using both of our Shanks Crew specials here is because on the final stage against X-Drake, we can't actually use a HP cut. If you use a HP cut, he doesn't interrupt. So we do want to use both of them now as we get the 3.5 times chain lock to carry over. And then we can guarantee us another 4.5 times captain. So moving on to the final stage, we come up against X-Drake. X-Drake is going to turn into a Dex unit. And he is going to, I actually cannot even remember. He does 4 turns of paralysis, 4 turns of special blind, and gives us 7 turns of despair, which will go down to 4 turns respective to your sockets. And then he also gives us 4 turns of attack down. So this is where utilizing the chopper special can remove all those nasty defects. Also with the support of Judge or Kid, depending on which one you use, you can actually get a color affinity buff to our strength units. We want to use our Snake Man special before we use Sobermask special. That way we can actually keep the T&D orbs, get the attack boost, and with that we should be able to take out X-Drake. Now there is no normal attacks only on this particular fight, so as long as we hit our perfects, which we should be able to do, we will get Shanks' end of turn damage. So with Shanks' end of turn damage, we should be able to take out X-Drake. Easy peasy. So there you guys go. Double Shanks Crew taking on X-Drake. Let's move on to the next team now. Moving on to the next team of the video, we are utilizing Double vs Kaido. So this is the team. These are the supports. Let's dive in. But if you were listening, you would have heard that. You're lucky I love you. Alright, so moving on to stage 3, we come up against Hawkins. So Hawkins is going to give us a full board of unfavorable orbs, as well as T&D slots. On this particular stage, this is a really good time to actually farm some tandem orbs, but you can use the switchability of Marco and Ace as well to actually give us more matching orbs. We're going to pop one of the Verse Kaido specials on this particular stage, as we can't do a HP cut on the final stage. And on this Hawkins stage, wow, that's a lot of stages, Stump, sorry. We are going to make sure that we can hit 3 perfects. That way we can carry over the orb buff. So ideally, you don't really want to switch with Marco and Ace. It just depends on what orb roll you get. On to the next stage against Page 1. He has 5 turns of damage reduction and 5 turns of defense up. He gives us a full board of block orbs and makes all colors unfavorable for 15 turns. So this is where we're going to use the other special of our Kaido captain. Ah, no we're not. No we're not. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, JP just had heaps and heaps of stuff come out, and now there's, like, nothing. I'm a spoon. Alright, so we're back. So, before we use the Kaido special, we actually want to use the Praline special. Praline's going to remove the damage reduction and the defense up, and with the Aladdin support, we can actually lock powerhouse characters' orbs. Now, the reason we want to use this first is because we don't want Aladdin to actually... Sorry, we don't want Praline and Aladdin to rotate our orbs. We want to keep the tandem orbs. So then we can use the Verse Kaido special. That's going to give us a full board of tandem slots. And with that, we should be able to take this particular stage out with just our Kaidos. Make sure you hit with Praline first. That way you can hit your 3 perfects to get the carryover effect for Kaido onto the final stage against X-Drake. That way we have the orb buff. On the final stage against X-Drake, he turns into a Dex unit. He's going to wipe away all of our positive buffs. Gives us 4 turns of attack down, paralysis, despair, and special blind, respective to your sockets. And that's about it. So with the support of Judge, we can get a color affinity boost. You can use Rare Recruit Kid here as well. Boa is going to remove the special blind as well as the attack down. Rayleigh's going to remove the paralysis and the despair. And then with Marco and Ace, we can get a nice chunky 2.75 times attack boost. And with that, we should not have any issues. But just to be safe, we are going to pop one of the verse abilities of our Kaido, as there are no normal attacks only on this particular fight against X-Drake. With that, we shouldn't have any issues. And we are just going to say goodbye to our boy, X-Drake. So that was the first Kaido team. Works very, very well. Let's move on to the next team now, the most optimal team for this particular fight. On to the next team, we're utilizing Double Roger with Oden. So this particular arena actually came out with these particular units. So this is the team. These are the supports. Let's dive in. Alright, so on to stage 3, we come up against Basil Hawkins. Basil Hawkins going to make all of our orbs unfavorable, give us a bunch of T&D slots as well. But with some particular units on this particular team, we can actually just make them matching. But to be safe, we are just going to drop one of our Roger super typings because we really don't need to moving forward. And with that, we can easily just say goodbye to our boy Hawkins. Goodbye. And move on to the next stage. Now, you can easily run Oden as your captain instead of Roger. I just prefer running Roger as captain. I hate running Roger as a sub. It just makes me angry. On to the next stage, though, we come up against Page 1. Page 1 has 5 turns of damage reduction and defense up, which goes down to 4 turns. He gives us 15 turns of all orbs unfavorable and gives us a full board of block orbs. So you guys know exactly what we're going to be doing on this particular stage. We're going to be utilizing the good old Roger Oden combo, where we utilize the super typing of Roger, the special of Oden, and then the special of Roger to actually carry over that effect. To remove the defensive effects, we are going to be utilizing the Montador special. Montador is also going to give us color affinity to our strength and psi units. And as you can see, like, Page 1 just melts, like actually melts, not even an issue. Because we have 1 orbs, we can get around the all orbs unfavorable, which works great. And then we can move on to the final stage against X-Drake. Against X-Drake, he's going to give us 4 turns of paralysis, attack down, despair, and special blind, which is a little bit annoying. But with some particular units on this team, Roger can remove the despair. And then with Ino and Neko, we can actually remove everything else. The thing about this particular stage against X-Drake as well, he can actually be delayed. So we not only get rid of all the defensive effects, we get the chain buff as well. We actually also get a conditional boost against delayed enemies. We have the support of Judge once again to give our strength units color affinity. With Roger, we can get an attack boost. And let's just watch X-Drake just absolutely melt here. Yeah, so like 84 mil and we only attack with 3 characters. So that's probably the most optimal team that you guys are going to see. I don't really see there being a faster version of that, unless you can replace Montador with someone that's a little bit quicker. So moving on to the final team of the video, shout out to my boy Knights. Moving forward, I will be using one of his teams for global content. So this particular team is his team. I will leave a link to his channel and the description in the description below, as well as a link to his original video. This is the team. These are the supports. Let's dive in. Alright, so moving on to stage 3 now. We come up against Hawkins. Now, Hawkins is going to make all of our slots either T&D or unfavorable orbs. With the Oro Jackson, we can actually get T&D orbs matching, which works really, really well. And then with the special of Kinemon, we can actually make some more orbs matching. With Sabo, he makes quick orbs unfavorable. Favorable. That's why I don't have him under Kinemon. And that way we can actually just output a little bit more damage. So what we're going to do on this particular stage, we're going to start with our Chopper. And then hopefully we can just take out Hawkins with normal attacks here. Yep. Beautiful. So moving on to stage 4 now, we come up against page 1. Page 1 is going to give us a full board of block orbs. He has 4 turns of damage reduction and defense up. And he also makes all colors unfavorable for 15 turns. So this is where Luffy Sanji gets a little bit cucked, because Luffy Sanji can't actually use their switch ability to make recovery orbs matching. So that's where we need to bring the Oro Jackson. We're then going to use one of our Luffy Sanji specials. That's going to give us a nice chunky heal, as well as give us a full board of recovery orbs over block, as well as a nice 2.5 times attack boost. We can use the Super Type Sabo special to give ourselves color affinity, as well as carrying that over into the next turn. We can also use Uso Hachi special to remove the damage reduction and defense up. And with that, we should just be able to tear through our boy X-Drake's HP here. Goodbye. Easy peasy. On to the final stage. We come up against X-Drake. Now, X-Drake is going to turn into a Dex unit. He also gives us 4 turns of attack down, paralysis, special blind, and despair. So this man does a lot of different debuffs, but with the special of Chopper, we can actually remove all of them. So Chopper's just absolutely god tier for this particular stage if you don't have the Neko Ino combo. Then we can actually utilize our other Luffy Sanji special. That's going to give us another 2.5 times attack boost. We have the carryover of the color affinity and the chain boost through Sabo, and with that we should just be able to take out X-Drake here, no issues whatsoever. Ooh, cutting it close there, Knight, but we did actually have the damage. You can easily replace Kinemon on this particular team, though. Kinemon's just here to just make things quicker. You can use an orb booster, and then you're all good. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me if you're new to the channel. Hit the big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, guys, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lights!